Hello everyone, it's Yoko. In this channel, I'll be sharing information in English that I've gathered about events happening in China, as these incidents may not be widely known in other countries. I collect information from multiple media sources, so I would appreciate your opinions and comments on the content of the videos. As English is not my native language, I'm using an AI speaker to read the content in English. If you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel and showing your support. Now, let me introduce you to the wild world of China. Today, I'd like to talk about an incident in China that has been gaining attention, involving multiple cancer patients. This relates to the Kanto Award at Henan University in Guizhou, specifically the Zhongshan Institute Hospital. There is information circulating on the internet that many cancer patients are emerging due to the environmental conditions of Zhongshan Institute's laboratory and the influence of key figures. In response, the hospital disclosed the results of the initial investigation at an early stage. According to the statement, 3 individuals affiliated with this laboratory have been diagnosed with cancer. 2 of them are associated with the ensign surgery of Zhongshan Second Hospital, and the third is an individual from outside, a researcher, who has now returned to their original organization. The types of cancer include bile duct cancer, a rare type of cancer, and breast cancer. The information on the internet, suggesting that individuals who were in the same laboratory are indeed diagnosed with cancer, has raised significant concerns about potential issues in the laboratory. However, as mentioned earlier, the fact that the laboratory was cleared raises suspicions of evidence tampering. Essentially, it appears an attempt is being made to conceal what was happening. This is a typical action in China, but whether the truth will be revealed soon remains uncertain. When it comes to China, evaluating it in general terms may not be very helpful. China has unique aspects that other countries may not engage in. Generally, even when handling carcinogenic substances, people wouldn't want to develop cancer from them. Therefore, they should be cautious in their experiments. The hospital claims to have provided proper training before the experiments. However, according to information on the internet, some researchers allegedly did not undergo such training. While I assume the hospital has guidelines, the crucial point is whether they are adhering to those rules, and China is known to be quite lax in that regard. Hence, despite impressive guidelines, there's a high likelihood of non-compliance. What is strongly suspected now is that within this laboratory, there might have been dangerous experiments or research that could lead to cancer. If that's the case, it's not just a problem for those in the laboratory. Even now, the origin of COVID-19 is not clear, right? There are still suspicions that it might have leaked from a laboratory. Conducting risky experiments and, on top of that, concealing information. If that's the case, the potential damage, if something goes wrong, might not be limited to that region, it could spread to foreign countries as well. So, even if a crisis occurs, measures need to be in place at facilities capable of handling it, ensuring that the danger of such experiments is contained. However, in China, there are many places with lax management, and even if a problem arises, they tend to conceal it. They don't take it as a lesson to enhance safety measures. Therefore, I have been saying for a long time that I believe China will experience another serious disease. So, Japan should be prepared, otherwise, Japan might suffer significant damage again. When looking at foreign countries, it's a Japanese habit to only look at the top class and consider that as the average. When looking at Japan, they tend to focus on failure examples and calculate that as the majority. Reading this comment, I realize that it's something to be careful about recently. Although nowadays there are more opportunities to be aware of it, in the past, in Japan, there was a tendency to think that foreign countries were more wonderful than Japan. People often talked about how things were in the US, France, or the Nordic countries, saying things like in America, it's like this, in France, it's like that, or in the Nordic countries, it's like this. It was an era when people thought only about the top class in foreign countries, as this commenter mentioned. However, recently, with more people proactively seeking information about foreign countries on the internet, it has become clear that there are various issues in other countries as well. For instance, there are stories coming in from America, like shoplifting being rampant. When someone said that shoplifting in America is intense, I checked, and it's not about sneaking around and taking things secretly. It's more like packing items into a big bag in plain sight and walking away, as captured in videos. Even when caught on video, people in the US continue such behavior without concern. I think America is in a pretty bad state. Additionally, there are videos from Europe showing immigrants causing trouble, and watching those, you might think they would show some restraint since they came to another country. However, that's not the case. Italy, for example, is currently facing a difficult situation. Immigrants are smashing the windows of parked cars on the roads, and walking around. It's not like Koizumi Yutaka breaking school windows, but immigrants in Italy are breaking the car windows of local people, and there are many instances of this happening. Once they come in, telling them to leave won't work, and it's not a serious crime, so even if they are caught, they are quickly released. They won't stay in prison for long. With such people coming in large numbers, I wonder what will happen to Europe in the future. When you see things like that, you really think Japan is a good country. However, many Japanese may not have seen that side of foreign countries until now, so there may still be many who are unaware. However, when reading the comments, it seems that those who understand have a good grasp of both the good and bad aspects of Japan and other countries. If more people become like that, recognizing Japan's issues while also considering Japan's unique approaches instead of simply imitating foreign countries, it would be beneficial. So, I think these kinds of comments provide insights. I'm glad to have a YouTube channel for this reason. That concludes the discussion for this time. However, the other day, I uploaded a couple of remastered versions of past videos. Back then, I used to create videos where I appeared with sunglasses on, but due to the appearance being too unrefined, I currently refrain from publicizing videos where I appear. Regarding the remastered versions I uploaded recently, I'm considering discontinuing public access around this month. Especially in the discussions about Chinese language courses, I talk about the kind of information gathering activities I was engaged in when I lived in China. Some open-minded individuals find it interesting, but there are also elements of the channel's history that might be considered black history. For those with an open mind, I'd appreciate it if you could watch it around this month. By the way, when the channel reaches another milestone in terms of subscribers, I'm thinking of doing a similar project. As seen in the remastered videos, I used to have a segment called Majorisu Corner, where I talked about comments I received from everyone. I'd like to create similar videos recently, but due to the overwhelming amount of information coming from China, I haven't been able to make videos introducing and discussing comments. However, I'm thinking of uploading such videos around once a week in the future. So, going forward, I would appreciate your opinions, thoughts, and requests in the comments section. Thank you.